I'm not quite with it yet.
I'd like to call the meeting to order. Tonight's invocation and pledge will be led by Councilperson Casey Lickteig.
O God and Creator and Lord of our city, as well as of our individual lives, we humbly acknowledge your interest and your presence at this council meeting tonight. Before we begin our business, we deliberately open our minds and spirits to your holy will. Help us to be worthy of the trust of the citizens of Alliance have placed in us. Guide us in each decision we make, that it might be as fair and just as it is economically sound, to the end that our community may achieve its highest potential and become all you want it to be. Amen. Please join me in the pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
For the public's reference, a copy of the open meetings law has been posted on the northeast corner of this room in the audience area. This posting complies with the practice of the Nebraska legislature. The first item on the agenda is a public educational presentation by Carver. Carver. Carver, just to let you know, we're going to set a time of 10 minutes. I think that's within that. That's your time. Okay. Thank you.
Introduce yourself and your address.
Yeah.
Okay. Good evening. My name is Carver Hoffman, and my present address is 2440 County Road 58, here in Alliance. And I'm a sophomore at Cornell University in New York, studying environment and sustainability. During my first 3 semesters there, I have learned many new things in the world of environment and sustainability, and I want to bring a few of those things home in order to protect the health of the people who live here, the local economy, and the environment we find ourselves within. First off, I briefly want to introduce you to the idea of keeping artificial turf away from our community. I know it seems silly to bring this up when we don't have any artificial turf currently in our community that I'm aware of. However, I want you to be sure that what I'm about to tell you is something that you keep in mind any proposed project involving artificial turf is ever brought to your attention. There's not a single good thing I have to say about artificial turf. It releases toxic chemicals into the air and water. It's expensive. It causes a higher rate of injuries than natural turf. It causes more severe injuries than natural turf. It has been linked to some cancer cases. It cannot be recycled. It reaches dangerous levels of heat during the summertime. It requires maintenance very similar to that of natural turf. It needs excellent drainage to keep fields from flooding. And finally, once again, it is very, very expensive. I understand that as of now, we do not have to worry about this because none of the public areas of the city have artificial turf. But I want these negative sides to be known so that any future cases that may be brought to you involving artificial turf can be struck down. Now the rest you know, so please make smart and informed decisions. The second thing I want to bring to your attention is the idea of limiting our plastic bag usage here in Alliance. I know the idea of limiting something so convenient and free is scary, but that's about as far as the positive aspects go. They litter our fields, they kill the animals who accidentally and mistakenly ingest them. They poison our air and water, and they put a burden on recycling centers across the country. I won't bore you with a bunch of numbers and statistics, but I do want to give you a few just to understand the true size of this nationwide issue. Since 5 U.S. states and cities with a combined population of approximately 12 million have put plastic bag bans in place, about 6 billion fewer plastic bags per year have been used. That's about 500 bags per person per year. We really do use more of them than we realize. And sure, reusable bags are more expensive, but that expense is upfront. A quality reusable bag can be as low as $1, but even those that are closer to $5 are still a small cost for reusable bags that can last you a whole year and even more. Saving all of those plastic bags, but also the rest of the energy that goes into producing, transporting, and recycling them is a big impact. It takes about half a megajoule to produce one plastic bag. To put that into perspective, you could drive your car about a football field with that amount of energy. Think about how far your car could go if 6 billion of those were manufactured. You get the picture. That tiny, flimsy plastic thing takes that much energy just to produce. Okay, that's enough numbers. Hopefully I've convinced you that reusable bags are the better option, but why else are they better? Well, plastic bags look bad floating around our roadways, parks, and residential areas. They are bad for our health, releasing bits of plastic that make their way into our bodies and into our water sources. They kill the animals that ingest them. They are highly inefficient to recycle and challenge many recycling centers that accept them. I think I've named enough. Now, what can we do about that? As a city, we cannot ban them due to a Nebraska revised statute 8115-159, which basically states that any agency or person making a purchase shall give preference to products, materials, and supplies that are manufactured or produced from recycled material, or which can be readily reused or recycled after their normal use. This may seem like a good thing, but let me reintroduce you to the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle. They may just seem like 3 words, but their order has a purpose. Our first goal should be to reduce our consumption, so the idea of using already recycled materials negates that. Additionally, many recyclable products today are produced to last for only single use. Economically, that is smart for the companies who sell those products, but for us, that means we have to purchase them over and over and over. I don't like feeling like I'm stuck in that cycle, and using reusable bags or other reusable products is a way to take back some control. Just take water bottles as an example. Everyone has a reusable water bottle. They come in every color, shape, and size imaginable, and you can personalize them. Do the same with your reusable bag. Before long, they'll just be another part of your life. Finally, no other Midwestern state has a plastic bag ban in place, and no Nebraska city does either. While we can't change this legislatively, we can do so habitually. We can change our habits to make our town better in terms of public health, in terms of the economy, and in terms of beauty. It wouldn't be pretty awesome to take an issue like this head on and say we did it. We changed one small part of our lives to better our whole community, and we were the first in the whole state to do so. I've already talked to some local businesses now about switching to reusable bags, and have had successful feedback from a few. Now I'm asking you to do your part. One thing we can do in hopes of a legislative change is talk to our congressmen. Calls do more than you think, and the more of them they get about the same issue, the more of a pressing issue it becomes. They want to be reelected, so they will listen. Be precise, give them your name, your city and your state, your phone number, and make your message personal, because they will listen if enough people bring it up. Our congressional representative for our district is Adrian Smith, and you can find the phone numbers and addresses for each of the district offices on his website. You can make a difference, but all of you combined will make a difference. So as a thank you for your time and attention for listening to this presentation, KAB has brought a reusable tote bag for each of the attendees of this meeting tonight. I hope this gift can kickstart your healthy habits, and each time you see it, you can be proud of the impact you're making. As someone who grew up in the best hometown in America, I know the people of this town have what it takes. Remember the impact of your actions. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert. Any comments from anyone?
Where's my bag?
They're over there.
Oh, there we go.
Kathy Worley with Keep Alliance Beautiful, and as you listen to Carver's proposal, his ideas are the best ever, to just not manufacture the plastic bags and not even have them. But I do want you to know a couple of things that Keep Alliance Beautiful is doing with plastic bags. One of them is the Hefty Energy Bag Program, and I will pass out information to all of you. But in the orange bag, you can put chip bags, cutlery, straws, plastic straws, any pliable plastics, including the plastic bags, goes into those. Those get bundled at our recycling center, and then those actually go to First Star Recycling in Omaha, and they get made into plastic lumber. So that is one thing that KAB is doing, but again, better yet, not to even have the darn things. So I brought some show and tell items. Paper bag, if you use this one, you can get a discount at Menards. This one from not Trader Joe's, but from TJ Maxx is 99 cents. And then another product, you can get this artsy-fartsy type at the museum here. This is the best one because you can wash these and use them again and again. And then another thing that we would like to do as KAB is offer these blank bags and maybe an art class that goes with it that you could paint your own and personalize them. So that would be something we'll do in the future. And then maybe with permission from the local supermarkets, we can give these bags out to anybody entering. We may have to look for some grant money to purchase more bags and do that sort of thing. But I do like Carver's idea best. Let's not use them. Carry a backpack instead of a purse. Go into your supermarkets armed with a bag.
Thank you, Kevin.
Sure.
Good job.
Already three. Thank you. You good?
Yep.
Item B on the agenda tonight is the consent calendar. Approval of minutes, payroll claims, and council proceedings. Resolution number 25-01, refuse intern departmental loan. Resolution 25-02, airport building lease agreement, Fair Winds Counseling. Resolution 25-03, Alliance Learning Center donation acceptance. Resolution 25-04, taxiway apron rehabilitation project certification of completion. Resolution 25-05, NDOT maintenance agreement number 3. Mr. Mayor, I make a motion that we approve the consent calendar.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, would the clerk call the roll, please?
Councilman Turman,
Yes.
Councilman Liptak,
Yes.
Councilman Weisgerber,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Mashburn,
Yes.
and Mayor McKee.
Yes.
Thank you. Item C on tonight's agenda is conflict claim of Mayor John McGee for attendance at Northeast Municipal League Conference, 49820. Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to pass item C on a conflict claim.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Will the clerk call the roll, please?
Councilman Liptak,
Yes.
Councilman Weisgerber,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Mashburn,
Yes.
Councilman Turman,
Yes.
and Mayor McKee.
Abstain.
Item number D is ordinance number 2990, parking restrictions, Bighorn Avenue, second reading, chapter 26-127, titled Restricted Parking. Ordinance number 2990 is before City Council on second reading, which will approve and amend the City of Alliance Municipal Code, chapter 26-127, titled Restricted Parking. The amendment will allow for the no parking restrictions on 9th and Bighorn Avenue. Staff is requesting the third reading be waived. Mr. Mayor, I make a motion that we approve ordinance number 2990.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Would the clerk read the ordinance by title, please?
Ordinance number 2990, an ordinance of the city of Alliance, Nebraska, amending the Alliance Municipal Code sections 26-127 to restrict parking on the east side of the street in front of the property at 903 Bighorn Avenue for longer than 1/2 hour during the hours of 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Mondays and Tuesdays, repealing existing provisions of the city code not consistent with this ordinance and providing for an effective date.
Mr. Mayor, I move the statutory rules requiring reading of ordinance number 2990 on 3 different dates be suspended.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. That statutory rules requiring reading on 3 different days be suspended. Is there any discussion? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Weisgerber.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Mashburn.
Yes.
Councilman Turman.
Yes.
Councilman Liptak.
Yes.
And Mayor McKee.
Yes. 5 votes in favor of the motion have been received. That being more than three-quarters of the council present, the motion is declared passed. The council now has before us ordinance number 2990, which is now on final reading. Is there any discussion? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Vice Mayor Mashburn.
No.
Councilman Turman.
Yes.
Councilman Liptak.
Yes.
Councilman Weisgerber.
Yes.
Mayor McKee.
Yes. Passage and adoption of ordinance number 2990 have been concurred by a majority of all members elected to the council. I declare it passed, adopted, and order it published.
Next item on the agenda is ordinance number 2992, parking restrictions on Niobrara Avenue, second reading, chapter 26-127, titled restricted parking. It is before City Council on second reading, which will approve and amend the City of Alliance Municipal Code, chapter 26-127, titled restricted parking. The amendment will be for 2 no parking spaces on Niobrara Avenue between 5th and 6th Street. Staff is requesting third reading be waived. Mr. Mayor, make a motion to approve ordinance number 2992.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Will the clerk please read the ordinance by title?
May I read?
Yeah, please, that'd be nice. They shall be appreciated.
In ordinance to the city of Alliance, Nebraska, amending Alliance Municipal Code section 26-127, restricting parking in front of 511 Niobrara Avenue as police parking only, repealing existing provisions of the city code not consistent with this ordinance, and providing for an effective date.
Mr. Mayor, I move that the statutory rulings requiring ordinance number 2992 on 3 different dates be suspended.
Second.
Been moved and seconded that the statutory rules requiring reading on 3 different dates be suspended. Is there any discussion? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Turman.
Yes.
Councilman Liptak.
Yes.
Councilman Weisgerber.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Mashburn.
Yes.
And Mayor McKee.
Yes. 5 votes in favor of the motion have been received. That being more than three-quarters of the council present, the motion is declared passed. The council now has before us ordinance number 2992, which is now in final reading. Is there any discussion? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Liptak.
Yes.
Councilman Weisgerber.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Mashburn.
Yes.
Councilman Turman.
Yes.
And Mayor McKee.
Yes. Passage and adoption of ordinance number 2992 having been concurred by a majority of all members elected to the council, I declare passed, adopted, and order it published.
The next item on tonight's agenda is item F, resolution number 25-06, the preliminary plat for the Carroll addition. Resolution number 25-06, which will accept and approve the preliminary plat for Carroll addition, a 9.14 acre tract of land described as part of the southeast quarter of the northeast quarter of section 34 and part of the southwest quarter of the northwest quarter of section 35, township 25 north, range 48 west of the 6th principal meridian, Alliance, Bachman County, Nebraska. Mr. Mayor, I make a motion that we accept resolution 2506.
I second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion?
Where is it? I mean, I could read all
So
that,
you-
but that doesn't tell me where it's
You know
at.
where all the storage units are, off of Cody Avenue? Not Cody Avenue.
No.
Rambling, I'm sorry, Rambling Road. All those storage units used to be owned by the fair.
Okay.
Okay, it'd be to the west, across the road to the west.
Well, it says southeast quarter.
You gotta be a better map reader. Okay.
So the
Brent, maybe you
proposed
can describe it.
subdivision is located at the southwest corner of West Sixth Street and Ramblin' Road. It's located between Ramblin' Road and Highway 2.
That's it now.
Good? Okay.
You got it.
I had my eyes dilated, I can barely see you.
Okay.
And then the purpose.
Okay, so the proposed addition, is zone C3 heavy commercial. It's gonna stay C3. No rezone is proposed or recommended. All four proposed lots are currently vacant. They're all roughly the same size. The proposed subdivision is bordered by single-family houses to the north, which would be the Old Haven Mobile Home Court. Tree trimming and landscaping business to the south, storage units and vacant land to the east, and ag lands to the west, across the highway. The plat creates a 20-foot wide utility easement along the east side of proposed lots 1, 2, and 3 for, the proposed use is water main extension, but it's a general utility easement, so any utility will be allowed to use that easement. That would be the Ramblin' Road side. There is proposed an alley that runs between the east lots and the west lots. This is to replace utility easement that was granted to the city in 1968 for a sanitary sewer trunk line. The planning commission recommended that a 40 by 40 box or cul-de-sac be added at the south end of it for vehicles to turn around. Currently, the way that they submitted the preliminary plat, it was dead-ended. The subdivision is bordered by Nebraska State Highway 2 to the west, West 6th Street to the north, which is unpaved, Ramblin' Road to the east. There are not any proposed additional streets, but like I said, a proposed alley splitting the east and west lots. The planning commission voted yes on a recommendation that the city council approve the preliminary plat of Carroll Edition, provided that the final plat have a 40 by 40 cul-de-sac at the south end of the alley for vehicles to turn out instead of a dead end.
You have to put in sidewalks?
If they build on it, they do.
And is the owner amenable to the changes that the planning commission wants?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Yeah, the final plat's already been prepared and it's on there.
And who's the new owner, can we know that?
James Correll, right? Or is that under his entity?
He's naming it after himself,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is normal, that's standard practice.
Right.
Is the alleyway, is it adjoining the, like the Western Valley irrigation?
It would be directly behind that property.
So that's not the same people who own J&J?
No.
Okay.
No, no.
But it's just gonna be like that, not open storage?
That's what they're proposing. I mean, the subdivision, they don't have to do what they put on the preliminary plat for the subdivision. This isn't land use approval, this is a plat approval. But that is what they are proposing.
As long as they put in a sidewalk.
They'll be required to fulfill the requirements of the code, so. Any other questions for Brent? Okay, thank you. Any other discussion? Clerk, call the roll, please.
Councilman Turman,
Yes.
Councilman Liptak,
Yes.
Councilman Weisgerber,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Mashburn,
Yes.
and Mayor McKee.
Yes.
Next item on the agenda is item G, resolution number 25-07, the Volunteer Youth Alliance. Resolution number 25-07, which will accept and authorize the formation of the Volunteer Youth Alliance, BYA board, and allocate $5,000 from base reserves. Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to accept 2507.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? And is there anyone here to speak to the resolution? Sounds like a great idea. Please, give your name and address, please.
I'm Angie. I'm the director of the current RSVP program at Alliance. I live at 212 East 18th.
Randy Wagner, and I live at 811 Black Hills.
I'm Dean Mason, and I live at 907 Buck Street.
I'm Jared Santos, I live at 620 Emerson.
Roberta Rudden, I live at 1235 Yellowstone.
Come on. So give us the rundown.
Okay, so these are some of the directors that we've gathered up already. I'll just run down the list of all the, we saw the proposal is for 9 board members and 2 students. And so right now we have Roberta's here with us, Roberta Rudin. And then we have Roxy Smith, Dee Mason's with us, Tom Lucius, Troy Nickens, Patty Caldwell, Jennifer Eversole, and then Jaron Santos is our secretary, and Serenity Lewis is the other high school student. So we have 2 high school students, and we've got 8 of our 9 required. We went for a very diverse board in terms of ethnicity, and that's by design. We want to include everyone in this organization. We've received very favorable response. We've done some visitations already to the hospital. We've been to community table, and also been to the schools, and all very positive responses. I think it has great benefits for the future of Alliance to involve people like Jaron and other kids. And our goal isn't just to cater to the honor students. Our goal is to include everybody, and to include even people who need some community service. So it's pretty broad. I guess, do you have any questions reading through it? Most of the goals and missions and everything are covered in here.
I think it's a great idea, because the earlier that we can introduce people to volunteerism, the more likely that they'll continue with it through their life. And so I think it's a fantastic idea to get people involved as young as possible.
And from research that Angie did, she found a nice article, but the main thing that sticks out is kids don't volunteer because we don't ask them. And I think kids are ready to volunteer, and especially when I think of the summer and, it's just a lot of idle time. And there's a lot they can do. Our RSVP volunteers are getting tired. They're old, they're run ragged. And so I think this really augments what they can do, because we can pair them up with kids. And it's intergenerational. That's the goal, is the RSVP and the youth together. And so we're going to all of the station partners that we have with RSVP. We're going to them and presenting this. There would be a separate memorandum of understanding for the youth program from the RSVP. And so yeah, we're moving forward. And the request for ACE funds too, I might touch on that. I just think it's an excellent use for ACE funds, having come from the side of the fence that Cindy's on now. The city's always looking for ways to use that, have a high profile, and this we hope will be a high profile organization.
Yeah, and touch the whole community.
Right.
The project that touches the whole community.
And touch every place.
Absolutely.
Every place. And this is, it will be Boxview County. So we kind of rewrite some things, because we started out with Boxview County, went to Alliance, and then we went back out, because RSVP is Boxview County. So to reach the same footprint, we wanted to make it the same.
So will you try to use any fourth student as a second student on the board?
We might down the road. We'll look for, we'll be involving counselors a lot. And I think our focus will start more with high school age, and then we'll go down into middle school, you know, when I was talking to Whitney from the community table, she said, you know, middle school kids could really help me bag up lunches. It doesn't take a high school kid. But there are other groups, I did visit with Mission Store. Right now, their age limit is 18. But Reva's taken it to her board because she said, we need young people involved. So we're gonna address the age limit and see if we can bring that down so we can use some youth volunteers. From the places we've been so far, we just have an excellent response.
Absolutely, glad to hear it.
Thank you guys very much.
Anybody else have anything they want to add? All right, if there's no other questions, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's a great idea. Thank you for the effort you put into getting this organized.
Yeah, very well put together.
Next item on the
We
agenda.
have to vote on
Oh.
it. Okay, that's all right.
Don't forget.
If there being no other questions, will the clerk please call the roll?
Vice Mayor Mashburn?
Yes.
Councilman Sherman?
Yes.
Councilman Liptak?
Yes.
Councilman Weisgerber?
Yes.
And Mayor McKee?
Yes.
Now, next item on the agenda is board appointments. Dan Kinzer submitted an application to serve on the board of adjustment with the term ending December 31st, 2027. And Scott Diebler submitted an application to serve on the golf course advisory board with the term ending December 31st, 2028. Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to approve the board appointments.
I second.
We have a motion and second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, will the clerk call the roll one last time?
Councilman Weisgerber?
Yes.
Councilman Liptak?
Yes.
Councilman Sherman?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Mashburn?
Yes.
And Mayor McKee?
Yes. There being no other items on the agenda, I adjourn. We go to